a new day, Cleveland. I'm David Moss, and we've got a very special road show for you today. We're calling it the Southern Suburbs. That's right, communities just south of Cleveland. Now, this is one of those shows where you jump in the car and you spend the whole day in one place. No, you can drive around, check out one great little spot, one great little community, or just spend a couple hours and have a great time. So we're going to get the show started right now, just south of Cleveland, in the city of Brecksville. Well, I bet Brecksville celebrated when Burntwood Tavern came to Brecksville, because not only is it a great restaurant, but boy, what a great building you guys moved into here.
That's right. We inherited a 100-plus-year-old building. It was something else for a long, long time. Started out as a general store, then it became a schoolhouse, and finally a restaurant. And we've been here for the last 4 years.
Yeah, one of my first apartments I ever had as a kid was right behind here. I had a house down the road from here, and I drive by this place all the time. And it's like one of those buildings, when you look at it, it looks like it could tell you a story about the past, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You know, even the gentleman who started this restaurant still sort of inhabits the restaurant as a specter on occasion.
Oh, that's right, because when the haunted, people into the haunted house thing or haunted spirits thing, they said this is one of the hot spots.
Yep, it's one of the top 5 in Cleveland, Ohio right now.
So one of the hot spots for me, though, when I come to Burntwood Tavern is in the kitchen. I mean, you guys have the best chefs making the great food. And your menu is sort of a casual menu, isn't it?
Very casual, but we have some nice steaks and pork chops, and then as well as pasta dishes, great salads, sandwiches, so on and so forth.
If you get a burger, it's a special burger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, whatever.
Our burger comes out, it has a big steak knife in it, so you have to cut it open and eat it. It's great.
Makes it fun.
Yep.
So you got the Moscow Mule going?
Moscow Mule is our #1 seller. You can see we have the cool copper mugs going on. Sell tons of them. See our little logo on the front.
I saw a bunch of beers on tap, so that's cool.
16 separate beers.
Those change a lot too, huh?
Yep, they change all the time.
Yeah. I've got myself a little glass of red wine here.
Nice.
Because I tell you, I like the steak and fries you guys have here, and it's such a great price too. I mean, it's like one of those things, you offer a steak a lot of places, it's going to cost you $40-50.
Yep.
Not here at the Burntwood Tavern.
Nope. We do a great job. I think we have a great steak. Our chefs do a great job of taking care of it.
It's such a terrible place to be during sports season because there's TVs everywhere.
Yeah, we only have 9 TVs in the building right now.
Yeah, so no matter what season it is here, you got the Indians, you've got the Cavaliers, and when the Browns are playing, you know, you might see them win here at the Burntwood Tavern. Who knows?
Well, we're hoping. We're still hoping. But we did get to watch the Cavaliers win the championship sitting right here at this table, actually, and watching them right there.
Yeah, it's a grand place. Kids come in here too. It's one of those places too where you bring your whole family.
Absolutely, very family friendly. We do a great job with the kids. We have a full kids menu so they can have whatever they want. Chicken tenders for every kid ever. I guess nobody misses that.
Yeah.
But we do.
What's your favorite thing on the menu here?
My favorite thing is a new pork chop. We house smoke it, serve it with peach jalapeno preserves. It's really delicious.
I love all the little cozy nooks and crooks and little tiny spots in the place too.
Yeah, we have some really cool little places. We have an area called the Loft, which is great for special events. We also have a little area that's elevated a couple steps off the main dining room. Actually has doors that close in on you, so you can put a nice family of 8. So it makes it very nice and cozy for people.
There's some romantic areas, and how about the fireplace?
We have 2 big fireplaces, wood-burning fireplaces, and they have great soft seating around them so you can sit down and relax, and a nice couple tables by the ones up in the dining room.
So a whole lot of different personalities in the place.
Oh yeah, and we have a nice copper top bar, which is great for a good time to sit down too.
So this is all about getting a chance to sort of discover the southern suburbs, you know? So for people who haven't been over here, this is one of those buildings you drive by, and I used to always wish I could go inside and learn some more about it. Now you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, Burntwood Tavern, and come check it out, folks. It's fabulous. I know who would like this too, my pal Natalie. She's got something else for us right now.
If you're looking for good company and great conversation, you can head to the corner of routes 21 and 82. That's where you'll find 750 Mills.
Here at 750, we are a retail wine bar and boutique, so we have over 900 different labels to choose from on the shelves there. People can come in, grab a bottle, sit down, we'll open it up, and they can just have a nice, relaxing evening. We also do have a menu with small plates and rustic flatbread pizzas, which are just outstanding, and they're meant to pair with the wine selections that we pour by the glass and what we have on the wall. I've had a chance to try about 85% of the wines on the wall here. As well as, you know, learning the different regions and whatnot. So I can usually find something that'll be right up your alley and hopefully you would enjoy. We have Cabernet Sauvignons, red blends, Malbecs, Merlots, basically all the main grapes that come to your head when you think about wine. We also have our international section right behind me here. We have wines from France, wines from Italy, and wines from Spain as well. So we've got quite the selection there. So Monday through Thursday, we offer a mix your own wine flight. You can come in, look at our wine selection by the glass, choose any 4 that you are in the mood for or you want to try. You can mix, it doesn't have to be all whites or reds, whatever you're in the mood for. And we'll pour it out for you, bring it down, and it's a little personal tasting you can do. On the weekends, we have a featured flight. So the flights are going to be pre-selected, and there's always a theme in mind. You know, wines from France, wines from the West Coast, Pinot Noirs, it varies across the board. We always release this information on our social media, our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, that kind of thing. So people know what they're coming in for. Our staff will always be informed on what we're pouring. They'll bring out the flight for you and they'll tell you a little bit about each of the wines there. So it's a kind of nice hands-on experience to try some new things. We are in our loft currently. It's extra seating for the public. Just a couple things that are really neat and worth checking out. We do have our grapevines. They are from Napa Valley. So the owners were driving down the side of the road. They saw the farmers getting rid of them and asked, if they could bring them back to their wine bar back in Ohio. It really makes you feel like you're submersed in the wine world from the grape to the bottle. We also have our rope lights here. They were once used in the winemaking process. They were used to hold together French oak barrels while the wine was being aged and fermented. It's one of the oldest alcoholic beverages, on the planet. It dates back to, ancient times. And there's just something about popping that cork out of the bottle, that nice little pop it makes that just has a sort of romantic side to it. So just very enjoyable.
750 Mill is located in Brecksville. They do have a second shop down in Akron. When we return, we are turning our attention to Strongsville.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our tour of the southern suburbs of Cuyahoga County continues. Okay, now it's time for our second stop. We're headed to Strongsville, a place called Olympia Sweet Treats and Grill. No, that's not a washing machine at all. We're at Olympia Sweet Treats and Grill with Bob. And Bob, what are you washing in here?
Right here, this is pure dark chocolate.
Pure dark chocolate. That's the real deal right there.
The real deal, absolutely.
I look at this machine. The machine looks pretty old, and we're finally at a place that's older than me. So Olympia's been around over 100 years,
100
right?
years.
You look good for 100 years. Yeah, you look good.
Started in Broadway in 1911.
Uh-huh.
So we've continued the tradition with the name.
Here we go. We get a little candy going right here. So this is we talk about sweet treats. So the sweet treats we're talking about chocolate covered
pretzels, potato chips, marshmallow, caramels, turtles.
All kinds of
all
stuff.
Different kinds of stuff.
Okay, and we're using dark chocolate on these here, or
This actually, this was going to go through our dark chocolate over in the machine over here.
So this is like, I saw that show on I Love Lucy that time. Where
exactly.
The chocolate machine's getting all the stuff, and this is where it comes out.
It comes out here. Yep.
So does this have to be tempered, or?
This is actually tempered because pure chocolate. Yeah, we're running this at 88 degrees.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing this?
38 years.
Guy knows what he's talking about, right? Huh?
38 years, yeah.
I love it. It's fascinating because you get to see the front of the store. The front of the store is beautiful.
Thank you.
All those different chocolates, all the different popcorns and flavored items, and to see it come together is sort of a special treat for me. So I imagine different holidays, you have different kinds of things too, right?
Absolutely.
How about these now? Can I get these only certain times a year?
No, you can get those all the time with us. Just call and place an order 24 hours ahead.
And you dip them in chocolate?
We dip them in chocolate. The thing with the strawberry, it only lasts, you want to eat those, I try to make them the same day you want to eat them.
Yeah.
And they'll last the next day, but after that the fruit is very...
I like these guys too. These are so cool. I like these little, are these snowmen?
Those are Halloween. I think that's a ghost.
A ghost. There you go.
I believe.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked about being a grill too. So it's Olympia Sweet Treats. We sell some sweet treats and grill. So
Yes.
I know a bunch of folks here and they're having lunch.
Yes, we do burgers, hot dogs, Philly steaks, corned beef, stuffed cabbage.
It's pretty, I think it's pretty tricky because what he's done here is we have Easter candy, Halloween candy, Christmas candy and all that. But if you have people coming there sneaking here for lunch or breakfast or snacks,
Right.
you can dine chocolate all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
That's how you stick around over 100 years.
Ice cream. We have it all.
You got ice cream.
We got
I saw a lot of popcorn too.
Oh yeah, we make our gourmet caramel corn. We wholesale that all over the country.
What's really great too is when you walk into Olympia Sweet Treats and Grill, I thought I was walking to a theater for a minute because they just popped the fresh popcorn. And you come back here and you smell the chocolate, the fresh chocolate being made.
Well, when you come into Olympia to sit down to eat, you get a basket of popcorn.
Oh,
That's on the house.
that's for openers.
That's for openers.
Yeah, so I see you have all the guys at the grill right now. So what kind of things do they make on the grill?
Oh, we'll do the burgers, hot dogs, Philly steaks, fried bologna.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, fried bologna.
Neil Zerker, a pal of mine, he loves fried bologna.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll probably come here just for that, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I noticed when I walked in too, you had some lunch specials too. So so what time of the day are you open for food?
We start at 11 in the morning and then we go till 8 at night.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Absolutely.
It's easy to find. We're on Pearl Road.
Pearl Road, we're just we're north of 82. And we're right next to First Merit Bank.
Easy to find.
Easy to find.
What you need to know is we're in Strongsville, right? So we're talking about Olympia Sweet Treats and Grill. And while we're talking about something sweet, Natalie's going to take us to a place called Wicked Sugar.
Are you ready to have some wicked fun here at Wicked Sugar? I always love seeing my girl Kelly. And you know, I think when people think of fashion and shopping in the Strongsville area, they think of the mall.
Right.
But we're just a couple of miles away.
Yep, very close by.
We're right on 130th and Albion.
Yep, correct.
So this is a really great place to come if you're looking for all of those great fashion accessories, but you do have some sweaters, and we're bundling up this time of year.
Yes.
Scarves.
Yes.
And these scarves are so comfy and they're big.
They're big, they're blanket scarves. So I think now people are getting really familiar with this trend. It's been here to stay for a few seasons already, and the blanket scarf is very versatile, which I think people really love. There's a couple different ways to wear it.
I love this way.
Right
How
now,
awesome does
yeah,
that look?
this is like my favorite. Basically, you just take two ends of the scarves together, make a diagonal point, and you just wear it with a triangle facing forward. You can belt it or not. This is just wrapped around the edges, and then it makes it really easy to transition and unwrap to what we've got to your left here.
How great does that look?
And then you just kind of pin it, and pins are really big again, brooches, anything that you can kind of use to wrap it over one shoulder, get creative with it.
And these things are, they're comfy.
They're
and when
so
you
soft.
undo one of them, I love these.
Yeah, they're
They're
huge.
huge. And that's what I love about them,
Yes.
because literally you could, if you needed to,
Just bundle
just
up.
wrap yourself around in it
like
too.
great for football games, just fun. You can go out shopping in Crocker Park, cozy
And your
up.
prices are
Yeah.
so reasonable
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Thank
I don't
you.
like to normally throw out numbers, but these I think $16.
$16, yeah.
for these
Oh,
big scarves.
thank you.
So this is just one of the many cool things in here. Keeping with the cozy theme here, I love chunky sweaters.
Me too.
And you're filled with them here at the store.
The chunky knit is so cute, so trendy. This is also another really cozy item that's going to keep you warm. It looks really great with some of the pins that we have in store as well. Just a cute add-on.
I love that this is longer too.
Yes.
This is so cute to wear. You could wear this over a dress with boots. You could wear
Definitely.
jeans.
You can wear it over anything. It looks great with leggings, like a little heel, a booty. It's that duster look that's been trendy for a while now too.
This is shorter, but I love the accent
Yes.
on this.
The lace up in the back is so adorable. It's
That-
one of the trends that has continued from spring. Now we see it in fall as well. So it's just really cute. And you can actually probably wear it front or back, whatever you'd like. And the pink is still popular this year as one of the colors of 2016. So the cape is still a really big trend. You definitely want to have one in your wardrobe this season. This one is so comfy too. It's a sweater knit, so it's really light with the fur trim around the collar neck. The armholes are really big, so you don't feel encumbered by it. You can still keep it on and go about your day.
Their walls are definitely filled, but this section in particular I think is a big draw for a lot of reasons.
Exactly. So definitely you want some bling in your life. Whether you're a bride going to a wedding, a girl who's going to homecoming or prom, you need to dress it up sometimes.
Even the holidays, the
Definitely.
holidays, always a good time to add a little bling to your life.
Absolutely.
So I see some unique and different things in here. First though, the necklaces.
Some gorgeous statement necklaces, and they're really lightweight too, and again affordable, so you don't have to feel like you have to go, break a budget just to get something nice to wear.
Because I think that's one of the things that women hate doing the most. They see these beautiful pieces of jewelry and they think, oh, it's gonna cost me a fortune.
Right.
That's a really nice
Beautiful.
jewelry
Another
piece.
one of the choker aspects too, which is still really trendy
Now
as well.
what do you have on the mannequin
So
here?
right here we actually have a couple different pieces. There's a shoulder piece as well as a back necklace. So many brides, and just if you're going to an event, you may have an open back dress, and it's a really unique way to kind of be really different, and you're definitely going to probably be the talk of the night with a piece like that.
Totally different type of jewelry.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I think that's kind of different that I have seen now come into play and become really popular are these headpieces, the
Yeah.
headbands. but they're really glitzy.
Yes, absolutely. You can have, actually you can wear some of them as headpieces or even as a belt. You can kind of play around with it and how to add it to your wardrobe. This is really great for maybe a bride who's looking for a vintage look or a Gatsby theme we've seen, still really popular too. So they're really fun and they're really comfortable too.
You name it, they have it here as far as your accessories go. It's a place to come. Right down here in Strongsville. Again, we are right on 130th
In Albion,
and
right on the
Albion
corner.
Street. Come check Kelly out and say hi. Tell her you saw us on New Day Cleveland too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear that.
We have one more stop in Strongsville after this break. We'll be right back.
I really wanted to keep it around the late 1800s, early 1900s because that's when tea rooms gained their popularity. And of course I wanted the attire to be for that period. So yes, when they come in, they will be greeted by the hostess.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. We have time for one more stop in Strongsville. It's close to the mall and 71, but yet when you arrive, you'll feel like you're far away from the city. Here's the story of Miss Hickory's Tea Room.
It's always been my lifelong dream to have a tea room. I've frequented many tea rooms, London and then a lot of them in the US. And I've always felt that it's something I could do. I've been in the decorating business, so of course the inside of the tea room is just something that I am used to doing and had a good time doing. The rest of it, it's just, I'm a people person. I love being around people. Our clientele is a mixture. A lot of elderly people like to come here, and there's nursing homes and assisted livings that they'll bring tour buses. We have some groups, Red Hat Society, No Hats Required, different groups of women that come. I'm very much about kids, so we have a storybook tea room that we designed on the second floor. Every month, once a month, we will do a story, and the child will either participate in a craft or they'll have a little memento from that story to take home. We have a great chef and a great baker, so we've received a lot of compliments already on our food and the atmosphere. We have the music from days gone by, so when they come in they can relax. I just had a gentleman actually today that commented he's coming here every Tuesday just because he loves the atmosphere, the music, how peaceful it is, and of course he loves the food. When people come in, they're going to step into the parlor, and we have a tea steeping station that we designed so that they can sample the tea of the day. And the response is overwhelming. I think people, when they come in, they have no idea what they're going to see, and when they do enter, they've just been so complimentary. I really wanted to keep it around the late 1800s, early 1900s because that's when tea rooms gained their popularity, and of course I wanted the attire to be for that period. So yes, when they come in, they will be greeted by the hostess and the waitresses, and they are in the early 1900s attire. It's just part of the atmosphere, part of giving you that feeling of days gone by, so that when you just can come somewhere, relax, and feel like you've literally stepped back in time. We have over 30 varieties, black teas, green teas, whites, oolongs, herbal infusions. The black teas are steeped the longest, so they're the strongest. The green tea is more for people that are trying to avoid caffeine. It's less caffeine. The white tea is the mildest tea. We have a lot of favorites today. Our sampling is Angel's Dream, which is a combination of wild blackberry and maple. Usually when the waitresses take the orders, we offer the scone of the day, which today is our strawberry scone, and it's served with Devonshire cream and homemade jams. I made all the homemade jams myself, and I made sure that they coordinate with each scone. We have a lot of different signature plates. One of them is our home recipe, my husband's recipe. It's chicken stew with spaetzels, and it has gone over phenomenally. We have a lot of side salads, sandwiches, we have quiche. First impression is the most important because you can never make it again. So I feel that when they first come in, I want them to be totally impressed with what they see. And the food is, of course, number one, the presentation also, and our staff. And I feel very fortunate. I feel that we've had all of those things going for us.
Miss Hickory's Tea Room is right on Mill Hollow Lane off of Route 82. Reservations are recommended but not required. When we return, we're moving east to our next suburb.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland, and let me officially welcome you to our third stop in our tour of southern suburbs of Cuyahoga County. We've moved just a little bit east and we're in North Royalton, where we can visit a place where you can spend hours called Generations, Antiques, and More.
Well, we're an antique store, generally antiques, and we carry vintage items, repurposed items, collectibles, glassware, basically anything that a regular customer is going to want to come in and purchase in the antique arena. We also have our and more section, which is Cleveland-based products like the Cleveland Jam, the Cobbler Candle Company, Frank and Lily handmade soaps, and chocolate, all sorts of different things like that, because our antique customers that are coming into the shop, they're not just shopping for antiques, they're looking for other things too, so we carry some of those products. We have myself and my wife Lisa as the owners of the company, and we have 12 vendors, mostly in the back part of our shop, and we have 6 Cleveland-based companies, and we support a total of 40 Clevelanders. My dad started me in antiques when I was younger, about age 15. Him and I would always go to estate sales and a lot of auctions. We would go to the Seville auction barn down in Seville, Ohio every Saturday night, and he would buy antiques and for his own regular collection. And after I graduated from high school, I went to college and stayed away from antiques for 25 years, never touched them again. And then we moved back here into Middleburg Heights, and at that point I decided to pick up doing some more antiquing. I always put myself in the eyes of our customers. What would they be looking for? So I buy a lot of glassware, a lot of primitive items. I try to find man cave and man type items also, and just general purpose antiques. My wife and I will be sitting up at the very front at the register, and we'll hear people laugh and chuckle and say, "Oh, I remember this in our kitchen," or "I remember, Mom and Dad used to have this," and so it brings back a lot of memories to them. We're partners in this business, but she has a handmade part in it. She makes customized greeting cards, and at the same point she does vinyl application to windows or wine glasses or beer steins and ceramic tiles. Here we have some glassware that's called Vaseline, and what it is there's uranium that was put into it when it was built, when it was made and molded. Vaseline glassware started in 1830 and went up to about the First World Wars when it ended. And so when you put a black light up against it or underneath it, or try to shine that black light into it, it will glow. And so as you can see, it either glows in a green glow or a yellow glow. As an antique dealer, it's hard to buy real old porcelain type antique signs because the collectors are willing to pay more than what an antique dealer is, because we also need to resell it. And so what we've decided to do is to buy reproduction signs. And so they're very popular with our customers. We price them at a very reasonable price. We have a selection that someone can actually buy up to about 250 different types of reproduction signs, and our customers very much like it. Our advice is to, look at the price, make sure that that's okay with you, and buy it at that point, because if you don't buy it, the customer that was here yesterday thought about it last night, and they came back today and they've already purchased it. So when you come back tomorrow, it's gone.
Generations, Antiques, and More is located on Ridge Road near Bennett, and it's open 7 days a week. Well, the way I see it, Natalie thinks it's time for pizza.
Well, I hope you're hungry right now. It's time to eat some pizza. We found My Pizzetta here in North Royalton. The best part about it, check this out.
Hi, thanks for choosing My Pizzetta. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, thanks.
So, okay, this is my first time here. I'm looking at all the numbers on the menu, so I can just throw out some numbers at you and we can create our own pizza here?
That's it.
So let's start. I'm gonna do 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, and 49.
Awesome, sounds great.
All right, thank you so much. This looks so good. Whoa.
There
Check
it is.
this out. No, you must be Paul.
That's me.
You're the owner here?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you want to see what this pizza looks like? Oh, that looks so delicious. How fast does it take to make one of these?
About 3 minutes.
I mean, seriously, that looks delicious. All right, I'm gonna put this in here because we're here with New Day Cleveland. I think you knew we might be coming.
I had a suspicion.
So, but you know, we need to see how things really work.
Absolutely, come on in.
So why don't we go in? I know people don't normally get to walk in your store.
No, you are. This is a privileged event right now.
We're giving you behind the scenes looks here, folks. All right, let's hit it. I'll be right in, okay?
Right.
I'm keeping the pizza though. Hey, Paul.
Hey there.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Yeah, right?
Look at that oven. All right, now we'll get to that in just a minute because I know that's where the magic really happens
That's
when
it,
it comes
that's
to the
it.
pizza. Can we get to making one of the pizzas
Absolutely,
first?
absolutely. So you told me you really like margarita pizzas,
I
right?
love margarita pizzas,
Awesome.
yes.
All right, well, that's what we're gonna do. It's like one of our favorites here.
All right.
We do specialize in a Neapolitan style pizza. That's really like traditional style pizza, so it's a good choice.
Now you're just kneading through the dough here. Does it make it better than maybe others depending on the way
Yeah.
you knead through the dough?
You know, we tried some different processes when we first started. We used to use a press. We just found it wasn't kind of getting the result that we wanted.
Okay.
You get thin spots and things like that in the pizzas. So we just went to hand stretching. We found that, you know, in a time-sensitive kind of environment that we're in,
Sure.
we can actually do it just as quick using our hands as we can with a pizza press. So,
Because you make these things fast.
yeah. So we're gonna take our margarita sauce here. All right.
Oh, so you have a traditional?
Yeah.
Which one's the spicy?
So this is the spicy, and then this
Okay.
is the margarita right here. Okay. So this is actually just crushed Roma tomatoes. Oops, a little spill.
It's all right, it gets a little messy.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
And some chopped garlic.
Oh, you can smell that garlic too. It smells so
Yeah, that's
good.
really the great thing about a good margarita pizza. It's got to have that garlic in it. So we're going to take our fresh mozzarella here.
Okay.
So we got the fresh mozz on there.
All right, now just the tomatoes and the
Yeah.
basil?
Yeah, basically we're going to throw the Roma tomatoes on there. We're going to throw this in the oven. It's a very simple pizza to make. You want to throw this
Pretty
in?
decent. I mean, I might be able to help you when you have a busy day going on.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure.
Now, where's our basil?
You're hired. Okay, basil we're going to get to. This has got to cook first. You
Okay,
can't.
we don't put the basil on?
Right, you'll just cook it right up. It'll just be charred little
Oh,
pieces
we don't want
of.
that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so we're
All
going
right.
to throw that in.
So we shake it, make sure it's nice and loose.
And what kind of oven is this?
This is a Maraforni oven. It is a brick oven. It takes about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes.
Minute and a half to 2 minutes to get your pizza. This is quick cuisine dining. in
That's
my
it. That's
opinion.
it. That's right. Absolutely. And you know, one thing we've definitely put a focus on is quality, making sure that the stuff that we're serving, we know what's in it. You know, we make everything in house in this oven: chicken, bacon, meatballs. Everything is basically homemade. My parents are actually kind of the brainchild behind this whole thing. They would go to Italy once a summer. They're retired educators, and they went into a pizza place and found that they were making these pizzas so quick. So my dad knows a little bit of Italian, and he's going to talk to the manager, and he gets him to show him the oven, and they kind of just put this clicked. You know, it's like, wow, we can do this in 2 to 3 minutes. That's drive-through time. You know, and so they came back from Italy and they were like, hey, what do you think about this idea? And I was like, I think
It works.
it works. All right, so this bad boy's ready.
Look how good that looks. We're right here in North Royalton. My Pizzetta.
That's it. My
I like to get a
Pizzetta.
little bit of Italian accent
It's-
going.
yeah.
What road are we on again?
We're on State Road.
On State Road.
Yep, right here in North Royalton, about 500 feet south of Route 82.
Come check them out. It is well worth the trip. The pizza. I mean, look at this. I'll let you finish that up.
All right.
And our tour of the southern suburbs continues right after this.
I think anyone who's ever seen sword fighting on TV and movies knows that it looks awesome. It looks fun. I think that's people's first reaction when they see fencing.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our tour of the southern suburbs of Cuyahoga County continues, and one more stop here in North Royalton. You're going to like this one because it's about fencing. No, not the kind that goes around your house or around the field. We're talking about sword fighting for children and adults.
Fencing is basically the sport of sword fighting. All ages, yeah, we have fencers from 5 to in their 60s, 70s. Both fencers are protected. They've got jackets, they've got masks and gloves, and the object of the sport is to hit the other fencer. So you move and you try to look for and create your openings and score by hitting the opponent. I started when I was a kid and I think my mom saw a newspaper article and came and took a fencing class and loved it. My favorite thing about fencing is that it's a thinking sport. It's strategic. It's not just about getting out there and being fast or strong, although you need those things. It's about thinking one move ahead of the opponent and trying to outsmart them. I think anyone who's ever seen sword fighting on TV and movies knows that it looks awesome. It looks fun. I think that's people's first reaction when they see fencing, and it's the sport version of that. You get to do something fun, and you get to get great exercise and be around great people doing it. Some of our fencers have won high school state championships, national championships. We've medaled at nationals, and our fencers have competed in World Cups, and one of our fencers has competed at the Paralympics this year in wheelchair fencing. So they're not sharp. A lot of people ask that, but they're not sharp. They have a flat, actually kind of a rounded end, and they're designed to bend, so when they hit someone, they're not going to leave a bruise, they're going to bend, and that's going to absorb a lot of the shock of the blow. And of course, everyone who's fencing wears a mask to protect their face and a jacket to protect their body. It has a bit of a learning curve. So the first thing people have to learn as new fencers is footwork, how their feet are going to move, how they're going to move up and down as they're fencing. Like any sport, it starts with footwork for the most part. So it's basically two fencers moving back and forth and looking for their opportunity to strike, their opportunity to go forward and hit the opponent. So they're both being careful not to get too close where they might get hit, or too far away where they might not be able to take their opportunity. So a lot of it's about jockeying for position as they try to maneuver for the better position and look for that opportunity to hit. The playing field of fencing is called the strip or the piste, and it's 1 meter wide and 14 meters long. So you can't really move side to side, but you have a lot of room to move forward and back. Well, there's 3 weapons in fencing that all have some different rules to them, but the one we do is épée, and in épée, the target area is the entire body. You can hit in the mask, in the chest, in the arm, or the foot. The whole body counts. You have to score with the point, and if you hit someone with the point, it will trigger a sensor that turns on a light and shows that you got the point. It does have a history of being sort of chivalrous. I think there's kind of a gentlemanly quality about it, but you'll see a lot of fencers yelling as they compete and as they're excited about scoring. And it's intense. It's intense. You have to really be ready at all times, and you have to be able to think one move ahead.
And here you go. If you want to give fencing a try, they do have beginner classes. Hooked on Fencing is on Abbey Road in North Royalton. Natalie?
We've moved just a little bit east to our 4th and final southern suburb here in Cuyahoga County, Broadview Heights. And we have 2 great reasons to stop by. 1, a delicious bakery, and 2, a place that has one of the best hat selections, quite possibly in Northeast Ohio, Mike the Hatter. George, what do you think?
That's the one.
That's the one?
That's the one fits, yes, absolutely.
I love your store. I know we're friends. You've been on the show before, but
Yep.
to actually come in here to your store, I'm honestly overwhelmed.
There's a lot of choices, almost too many.
There's a lot. There's a ton for men and women.
Right.
Just some of these that I brought out here to try. I have to say, this must be one of the higher end ones you have.
That is a higher end one, handmade in Canada.
Canada. This is mink.
It is.
Nice mink hat. So, do you love hats, or where did this whole concept come from?
Actually, it's a family business.
Family business?
Grandfather started in 1937, passed on to my uncle, and passed it on to me. So hopefully the grandchildren will get involved as well.
So when it comes to the ladies' styles that we have here, quite a variety. Clearly there's mink. If you want to be a little bit warmer, I mean, you need these in Cleveland.
It's coming.
So what else? The variety, it really goes, it runs the gamut here.
Yes, from pretty much casual to high end, from probably $20 to $500.
Wow.
So yeah, a little bit of everything for everybody. And a lot of women wear a lot of the menswear, so a lot of it now is unisex.
That's what I love, because I love the whole unisex feel. You have a second room over here. I know this is mainly women on this side.
Yes, yes.
But the whole second room over there is a lot of the men's, or possibly unisex if we wanted to dabble.
Right.
And it's the higher end.
Higher end stuff, more of the Dobbs, Stetsons, the dress hats are all over there. Imported from Italy. Borsellino hats is a very popular brand.
Now, when people come in here, obviously they can come and buy hats, but I see you have some employees really hard at work through that window.
Yeah.
they can come if someone wants to get maybe their hat cleaned?
Very few places sell hats nowadays. We're one of even a handful in the country that actually do repairs. So repairs and cleanings on all types of hats.
If people want to order these, they don't even have to leave their house.
MikeTheHatter.com. Internet's a bigger and bigger thing for everybody shopping, and coming into the holiday season is when we get the busiest. So yeah, MikeTheHatter.com.
Now I saw those berets. Now if I were to try one of those on, I think I look horrendous in them. Would you be honest with me and say, listen, maybe that's not the hat for you?
I've been honest with you before.
You have been honest with me before, it's true. So you'd be honest with them too when they come in.
Absolutely, because again, that's our image. So people that are out there wearing our headwear, a lot of people say, where'd you get that hat? We want them to feel good about it. We want them to say Mike the Hatter.
Now when it comes to this side of the room, where can I find some of the most popular? I'm sure a lot of these are.
Right behind us.
Right behind us?
Your Dobbs and Stetson hats, both in straw and fur felt. So again, these hats are kind of built to last you probably 10, 15 years or more. If you take care of them and if you get them cleaned here.
Gotta take care of them. You gotta get them cleaned too.
Right.
Now I noticed a John Legend picture over here.
Yeah.
In one of these hats. These are really cool hats. They remind me of wartime or something like that.
Yeah, it's actually it's John Legend's father has a line of his own headwear, and it's a cross between a traditional baseball cap and a hat. We're the only retail store in the country that's able to offer those.
Really?
Yep.
So that's interesting. A lot of different brands. And again, if you want to come into the store, you don't have to feel like you're going to have to spend a ton of money.
Nope.
You can get something that's a little less expensive, or you can really take it up a notch too.
Whatever fits your pocketbook and your personality.
While you're down here visiting Broadview Heights, we have another stop for you. It is a sweet, delicious treat when we come back.
What's for dinner? Check out Cork and Cleaver, a restaurant with a very unique menu in Broadview Heights.
While that's going, we can check our bone.
Cork and Cleaver, I would describe it as a contemporary American cuisine.
A lot of people, I think, when they have experiences with foie gras, bone marrow, things like that, offal, sweetbread, stuff like that, they haven't never really had it prepared the right way. So I think when somebody actually has it the way it's supposed to be prepared, you know, there's a lot of care taken in the preparation of it. I think they find a greater appreciation for it. Something that they'd maybe be a little afraid of is more, you know, is less scary, I guess.
We kind of take things that you know and put a twist on it. For instance, a Reuben ribs has all the flavors and components of a Reuben sandwich, but obviously in a much different fashion than between a couple slices of bread. It's definitely not traditional. It's traditional in the sense that you'll understand, like for instance, we have pork paprikash, which is one of our most popular dishes. But when you look at it, it does not look like anything Grandma used to make, just in a little bit different presentation. This is what we call our board. It has bone marrow with a sweet onion burgundy puree. It is basically the marrow with inside. When you scrape it out of the bone, it kind of is like a spread, almost like a butter would be. And it just has very intense meat flavor to it. We have pork belly with a jalapeno jam, and then we have foie gras with a cherry and raisin mostarda. Mostarda is basically a sweet and spicy chutney. It's an Italian chutney, basically. And we change it up. We put different fruits in it, depending on what's available and what's in season. Scallop dish is new. We just changed the presentation of it. It's a cauliflower and vanilla broth on the inside. And then there's a little bit of radish slaw and blood orange vinaigrette. I think the area was lacking in something unique like this. We were also familiar with the area, and the area is familiar with us because we own the restaurant that we're in right now 6 years ago. So there's a short learning curve. But the gist of it is there's not a lot of diversity food-wise in this area to feed Brecksville, Broadview Heights, Richfield. So we kind of brought Tremont a little bit closer, a Tremont-type restaurant a little bit closer to the suburbs. Obviously, in our name is Social Kitchen, and part of why we wanted to do that is because we have three chefs under the same roof. One of them's always out front, whether it be me or my brother-in-law, and the other one's always in the back preparing the food. We don't want to be like a chain restaurant where you don't know who Mr. Carrabba is or Mr. Olive Garden is. You come here, we want to be a part of your life and you to be a part of ours as well because you're supporting us. So we want to make sure that we get to know people and they get to know us. So hence the social kitchen.
We've got one more stop in Broadview Heights, and this one will satisfy your sweet tooth.
Just looking for something sweet today.
Well, we might be able to help you in that department. Narducci's Bakery is a bakery that we acquired from the original owners, and we have put our own taste and spin on things. We have fresh, baked from scratch product daily. We're not a cookie cutter bakery. I know, that was a pun intended. We do, we'll always have your nut rolls, we'll always have your poppy rolls, we'll always have your like staple type pastry. But other than that, we'll have something new for you to come in and have a new flavor and a new twist on it. The Russian tea cakes, the Danish, and the cinnamon sticks, they're our top sellers every day. You have to try the apricot tart. It is dynamite. It is so buttery, and it has some cheese, and then it has the apricot. When the baker is baking these, I smell the butter, I just melt. We also are famous, well, getting famous for our brownies. Everyone that comes in here just raves about them. They say that they're creamy, they're gooey, they're chocolatey, and they have walnuts in them, which I think might just take them to the next level. We have several different flavors of bear claws. We have a poppy seed, we have a nut, and we have a chocolate. I have heard people say the first time that they try a nut bear claw that they have tasted heaven and then they are hooked.
Just one cannoli.
That's it, just one cannoli. Yeah. You never know what you're gonna find in our decadent cooler case because it changes every day. I actually hate to bake, which is kind of funny. Everybody jokes about that, and I don't like chocolate. Fell into this because we were looking for something to do in our retirement years and something to kind of catalyst to retirement. I have to give all the credit for how pretty the pastry looks to our baker. He's fantastic. He actually comes from Italy himself. He brings a lot of fresh flavor. He brings a lot of fresh looking things that are very different. He's very, very good at what he does.
My dad was a pastry chef from Europe. When I was 12 years old, he told me, come on, you're coming with me. He goes, you must well learn a trade. Little by little, you learn. That's how I really got started. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like desserts. I see it every day. Sometimes I even dream about them, and no. I feel proud, you know, when I look at my cases.
I hope that they experience flavor. I hope that they experience great customer service and that they walk out with a smile and a giggle and that they'll call us and tell us how good their pastry was.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Enjoy your treats.
Narducci's is located on the corner of Route 82 and Broadview Road. Well, I hope you enjoyed our tour of the southern suburbs of Cuyahoga County. Just some places you can stop as you drive through, or maybe make half a day of it. I know I had fun, Natalie had fun, and guess what? Natalie and I will see you on the next New Day Cleveland.